Hello and good afternoon. Welcome back to Bedhead Music Ed. Woo woo. I hope you enjoyed the first video that was posted today, and I hope that you completed one of the 3 challenges, if not all 3. As a reminder, the challenges that I set up for you in the first video were challenge number 1, draw a better ear diagram than I did. Challenge number 2, turn on your listening ears and be a good friend and a good person. And challenge number 3 was to find something around your house and see if you could create or invent something that could help you hear better. There is a challenge for this video. It's a little bit different though. Is it more fun? I don't know, I think all of my challenges are fun, so whatever. The challenge for this video is to see who is the better bedhead. So your challenge is to go through this whole video, listen to it, pay attention, use your listening ears that we talked about in the first video, and see if there's anything that I say that you're like, I don't know if that's actually true. And then you gotta back it up. You gotta tell me where you find the information that says that I'm wrong. Who's the better bedhead, me or you? Okay, let's get started. Our topic for the day, like I said earlier, is ears. We've gone through a whole bunch of things related to ears, but now I wanted to talk about some more mathy, sciencey things and definitely add in some more music, because after all, this is Bedhead Music Ed, and I want to talk about music because that's what I know about. I don't know about all this other stuff. That's why I'm issuing the challenge of who's the better bedhead. Okay, how your ears do math better than mathematicians. This article was written by Michael Byron, and his article was in conjunction with Motherboard. Here's what I got from it. You can look it up, find the same article, tell me what you found about it. He talked about how when we listen to stuff, it's kind of like a wall. It's not like a wall of sound that comes and hits us in the face. And a lot of times, like, that's how I feel like the first time I hear my choir sing, it's just like a wall of sound hitting me in the face. And that's not actually how sound works. It's more like our ears are able to process the itty-bitty different parts of the sound. We're trying to figure out what's actually going on in the wall of sound, not just being hit with a wall of sound and not knowing how to process it. So there's this guy named, and he's like a Frenchy name, so I'm going to try and say it in a decent way. So it's Jean-Baptiste Joseph Fourier. Jean-Baptiste Joseph Fourier is this dude who is like, all right, he came up with a lot of stuff, but one of the things that he came up with was he was like, all right guys, so we've got the earth, right? Okay, and we have the sun, and they're kind of far apart, and I don't understand why the sun is still warm if it's so far away from the sun. There's got to be something else going on there. And so he was like, what could it be? He started looking at this experiment done by Horace. Okay, so Horace de Saussure or something, Saussure. Horace, that guy. He did this experiment, and he had like glass and cork and something, and it got hotter than it was supposed to be. Look it up. It's really cool. I don't know how to explain it. But anyway, he did this experiment, and that's how they came up with the idea of the greenhouse effect. Now, that's what we call it now. It's not what it was called back then. I don't know what it was called back then. Maybe you could be a better bedhead and find that out for me. They did this experiment, found out there's something called the greenhouse effect, which means that the earth is surrounded by stuff, keeps all the heat in. That's why the earth is warm, and not because it's super close to the sun, like Mercury or something like that. That's this guy, Fourier. He also came up with something that's called the Fourier transformation. The Fourier transformation is like the thing we were talking about earlier, where instead of a wall of sound, you hear all the little bits and details. Well, these other guys were thinking about what Fourier came up with, and they were like, I don't know about that. So Rockefeller University, the scientists, people there, they were like, if you do that, then you kind of lose the whole point of hearing what's actually coming at you. So they were saying, like, if you hear a song, or like if you hear something, and then you start focusing on all the little bits that you hear, then you're losing the sense of the something itself. Then you're just focusing on the little parts, and you're not getting the big picture. And they were like, that's not how we want to process stuff. They were like, let's test it. So what they did was, these researchers at Rockefeller University, their names were Jacob Oppenheim and Marcello Magnasio. So these guys, they were like, all right, let's get those musicians together. Let's get those composers together. Let's see if they can do it. I don't think they can. Well, they put these musicians all in a room together. Well, I don't know if that's what they did, but this is what I'm picturing. I'm picturing They put all these musicians in a room and they were like, hey guys, listen to this. They're not gonna be able to do it. Listen to this and see if you can listen to all the little bitty pieces and also listen to the whole thing. And they sat back in their chairs and they were like, watch this, guys. They're not gonna be able to do it. Well, these musicians and composers were like, ha! Home skillet, that's what we do every single day. This ain't no thing. And they like blew the experiment out of the water and they were like, we're so cool, like you weren't ready for it, like sorry. So these musicians were able to prove that like the uncertainty principle and what these guys at Rockefeller University were trying to figure out wasn't necessarily true. You can be somebody who can hear all the little bitty parts and hear the whole thing. And so that's something that like I struggled with as a music educator, like going through music school and even in my first couple years of teaching, was trying to listen to the sound that my students were making and figure out how to fix certain things. And I was always so scared anytime that like the first time I heard something, I'd be like, oh man, okay, Lindsay, you really gotta listen. Like, I know you're not gonna be able to pick out everything that needs to be fixed, but just see if you could just pick out one thing. Like, just try and pick out one thing, girlfriend. It'll be okay. And every single time I would hear it and I'd be like, I know what to fix. And I'd be like, can you guys do this? And can you guys do that? And also that sounded like trash and da 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 da. And I was always so impressed with myself. Because it seems like a hard thing to do, but as musicians, like that's what we do every day. We hear something, we pick out all the little parts that make it what it is, and we figure out how to fix all those little parts so that the overall product is so much better. So that was really, 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 really cool for me to see. And it kind of like, I don't know, boosted my confidence as a musician and as a teacher, because I was like, you know, it's not just something that happens overnight. It's not something that everybody has. But because of my training, because of what I've done, because of how I've studied music and all of those things, that's why I'm able to pick it out. And so it's really cool that that experiment, which was completely related to math and science and how your ears work, they pulled in musicians. Like they chose musicians specifically to be able to pick things apart out of sound, and they were surprised with how well the musicians did. So that just proves like, oh, we're super awesome. Like we can help with science experiments and make scientists feel dumb because they didn't think that we could do what we can do. That's just kind of like my little tidbit for today about science and math and music and how it all kind of works together. I really love what I do, and I really love being able to share all of this information with you. Thank you so much for tuning in. It means a lot to me, especially in this time where I don't get to see my students. It's really important that you guys are there, and I'm glad that I'm getting to share some sort of my knowledge. I know I don't know everything, but it's nice to share a little bit of what I know and a little bit of what I've learned over the last couple of days. With a captive audience and people who want to learn with me. So I encourage you to take anything that you hear in any of these Bedhead Music Ed videos, look it up on your own, whether it's for the Better Bedhead Challenge or whether it's just you want to learn more about something that I said, like you want to look up that research from Rockefeller University. Do it. Learn something. That's what this time is for. I mean, you have Google, you have all of these things to use to better your education on your own. Like, yeah, it's super great to have a teacher like walk you through it, and it's really nice and they're really cool and teachers are the best. There's something special about being able to pick up something that you like or something that you're interested in and go and look it up on your own. Like, go research it on your own. So I encourage you to go do that. Even if it's something like how I do my Bedhead Music Ed videos, like I pick a random topic like ears. Who would have thought there'd be so many things about ears that I could talk about in 2 videos? But there are. You could just pick a topic, and like I literally just searched ears science and ears math and ears how they work or the science behind it, and I have all of these resources. And so I encourage you to just go and look up something, learn something new today, learn something new every day. That way this time isn't going to waste. I mean, there's so many cool things out there online, and I hope that you take this opportunity to learn a little bit more about yourself and about the world around you. So our time together is coming to a close for today. I'd like to remind you that if you did any of the 3 challenges in the first video, to leave that information in the comments. Let me know what you did, let me know what you found, let me know what you invented. And if you did the Better Bedhead Challenge, please leave your comment down below. Tell me what I got wrong, tell me what I need to learn more of, because I want to learn just as much as you do. If there's anything that you can think of, like that you want to learn about, like, oh man, it'd be really cool if we could talk about toenails. I don't know why I just said toenails. But if you're thinking of something like, oh, it'd be really cool if we could learn about this and how it relates to music, or if you want to try and stump me and say like, oh yeah, I bet you can't relate music to this topic, go ahead and put it in the comments. I'll do my best to read them all and see if I can find anything to kind of engage you in your own learning. Like, there's so many things out there. It's fun to kind of challenge each other in this way. So let me know in the comments if you did any of my challenges, if there's anything else you want to learn, or if there's just anything else that you want to say. If you're one of my current or former students and you just want to say hey down in the comments. If you're somebody who just enjoyed the video in general, leave something in the comments. If you're a parent of a student who watched this and you went back and watched it, let me know what you thought. Let me know if you learned anything too. So thank you so much for watching. I'm so excited to be doing this. This has been such a joy already, and I just got started. I can't wait to put out more videos for Bedhead Music Ed. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your Monday. I hope that you guys enjoyed the first video that was posted today. And challenge number 3 was to, I do not know. First of all, that's a whole big cool thing. Like, oh my gosh, my ears are better than a really smart person. I don't know how to say his name. B-Y-R-N-E, Michael. Home skillet Michael. And we're able to distinguish what's actually going on. I'm doing this a lot, sorry. Feuillet. Okay, so Horace Benedict de Saussure. I don't know how to say his name. S-A-U-S-S-R. Wait. Which So what they did was they picked 12 composers and musicians, and their names were Jacob Oppenheim and Marcelo Magnasio. I don't know how to say any of these names. In the comments to leave your feedback for Bedhead so that was really cool, right?